Nosy neighbors, please hurry up and pull your blinds down and pull your curtain to the side because we have some things to discuss. It's some highs and some lows, so just be ready, please. We're just gonna jump into it. Tonight is Wednesday night. Remember, Crystal Moore Teapot, the Teapot, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Sundays we just have Sunday tea, one topic, one goal, and that's it. Okay, let's jump into it. Who is following Mr. DeAndre Bonds on Instagram? I was not following him until today because he came across my feed and it was a video of him basically imitating Suge Knight when Suge Knight did the whole, if you're tired of your music producer being all in the video, come to death row. He was throwing shade at Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever his name was at the time. So basically, DeAndre Bonds did the same thing, but basically said, if you're tired of your executive producer all in the show or whatever, come to his side, and his side is basically Snowfall. It's a show on Hulu, and I just saw trailers of it, and I'm actually interested. I'm gonna be watching it because it actually looked really interesting. Yeah. So 50 Cent answered in typical 50 Cent fashion. He is just a petty king at answering folks and trolling and everything else. So he responded, and I thought it was just a fun exchange. I didn't think it was any drama. Some people thought it was drama. I didn't think it was drama. I just thought it was two guys just, clowning around. But that was a high note for me today just to see that. Moving on to a not so high note. This is a low note. And Mr. Deshaun Watson, sir, you are an example of someone your father should have wasted in a napkin and your mom should have probably swallowed or spit out. Plain and simple. Deshaun Watson plays for Houston Texans. He's for the NFL, and a young lady by the name of Ashley Solis came forward. She was the first Jane Doe to accuse him of sexual assault. And of course, the internet, how people are, they were victim shaming and basically saying that she's lying. And so she came forward. Not only did she come forward, honey, 22 women came forward and said that they were sexually assaulted by Deshaun Watson. Where there is smoke, there is fire, honey. And I'm sorry, one person might be lying, but 22 people? No, I'm not buying that. 22 people is a bit too much for me. So yeah, you're guilty and you're going to be in a bunk celly with R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, and probably going to meet the same fate as Epstein did. And y'all know Epstein, right? I think I mentioned him before in my other podcast. Look this guy up, watch a documentary. It was definitely some crazy, disgusting things that I just couldn't even imagine possible. And Epstein is linked up to so many rich people, wealthy people, which leads me into my next topic is Mr. Matt Gaetz. Who is following this fiasco with Matt Gaetz? Matt Gaetz is a Republican, a congressman in Florida. He's the same one that voted, he was the only one that voted no on the trafficking, sex trafficking or whatever. Anyway, Joel Greenberg is now in jail. His bond was revoked because I guess he violated whatever it was for his bond. But Joel Greenberg was actually arrested, and that's how Matt Gaetz came about during that whole investigation of Joel Greenberg. That's how I guess the feds, they got wind of Matt Gaetz, and now Matt Gaetz is being investigated for sex trafficking, orgies, just a whole bunch of just pedophile type shit. He was paying these young girls for sex with Cash App and things like that. Just absolutely disgusting. Anyway, honey, so now Matt Gaetz is saying that he's not guilty, but honey, him and Joel, they're close. Joel Greenberg is the former tax collector for Seminole County in Florida. Honey, that's a whole nother story. He got caught up with some fraudulent charges, with some fraud allegations as well. So he's going to be facing time. But the common person that they both know is Donald Trump. And who does Donald Trump know is Epstein, right? I don't know. The whole coincidence of them all knowing each other and having some sex crime, sex allegations type deal. Honey, it's a whole fish market, basically. It stinks. That's all I'm going to say. The whole thing stinks. So anyway, Matt Gaetz is saying that they're trying to extort him for $35 million. Honey, I don't know if it's true or not, but he is talking, and I suggest he should just be quiet because he's just saying too much. And I don't know who his attorney is or his publicist is, but they need to tell him to be the hell quiet. Or maybe not, because we need him to just go away. Go away forever. Anyway, moving on from that topic, honey. Like I said, that was just, running from Deshaun Watson, sexual allegations, of sexual assault, and going into Matt Gaetz, orgy with young girls and paying for sex with young girls. It was just too much. Absolutely too much for me today. I just couldn't even keep up with all the foolishness going on with these politicians, which moves into Trump. That there's a scandal that came out a few days ago that his campaign apparently had these people sign up on the internet to donate money, and these folks, they're thinking they're only giving a one-time payment, honey. Come to find out, if they didn't read the fine print and then check the little box at the bottom, it's a recurring charge. So some people, honey, they basically lost a lot of money. End of it all, Trump campaign had to pay these people back $64 million. Disgusting, right? Some people lost a lot. They lost. When will Donald Trump go away? When will we stop hearing about him in the media? Because I'm just so tired of hearing about him at this point. I thought he would just disappear and go away. You know what I mean? He didn't win the election, but, he's like that piece of shit that you flush and it just won't flush. It keeps on floating back up. That's what that is. Look, I'm not Republican or Democrat, but sleazy people are sleazy people, and he is a sleazy person. Be mad if you want to, honey, but I said what I said. The next one is Safaree and Erica. Honey, they are back together, and I was really shocked when I saw Safaree IG post of them having the backyard party with Spice being there, because I could have sworn I saw Safaree said he regret getting married to his wife, and that was the worst mistake of his life, and he was walking away because he didn't want to go to jail. Was I dreaming, or did he really say that? Because that's the reason why my granny always say, don't ever get involved in married folks' business, because, honey, when those heads lay on the pillow, that's it. You know what I mean? They good. So, shame on Safaree for going on Twitter to embarrass his wife, basically. And I don't know what kind of apology he gave to his wife, but apparently it was sufficient. It was enough, and she forgave him, and they're good. And she started Summer Jam Fest in their backyard with Spice Official. Kudos to them. Good luck. Moving on to the next one, a love story. DMX, honey, is this not looking good for him at all? I don't know what. Every day that he does not regain his brain function, the prognosis is poor in my eyes. Like every day that they apparently did some other brain tests today and there was no change in his brain activity. And I just thought, oh my God, whoever is making the decision for his health and well-being, I hope they make the right decision for him, because I couldn't imagine living, like just a shell, basically, in a vegetative state. I hope he does recover. The prognosis, though, just does not look good at all. The other person I wanted to talk about tonight, honey, is Mendeecees and Yandy. So I saw that he bought Yandy a convertible Rolls Royce, and it made me think she does deserve that Rolls Royce. She does, because he went to prison, remember? And he got sentenced to 8 years. He only served 5, but she held it down for him while he was in prison. Then it made me think, would I be holding it down for my spouses? Because, I got 2 of them. Would I be holding it down for them if they went to prison for what he went to prison for? Because he went to prison for drug distribution, heroin and cocaine. And I had to think, like, did she know that he was serving up heroin and cocaine, that he was, how much did she know? I would not be supporting my spouse. I'm sorry. I just can't. Just because I know how much drug has destroyed our community, it's just like there's a hard line that is just that's a no for me. So kudos to her. She supported her boo. They're still together. They're married. I think they got married back in 2015. So I guess I'm just not that ride or die chick. My spouses, y'all watching, honey, don't sell no drugs, baby, because y'all gonna be back there by y'allself. I'm not bringing the kids. I'm not bringing the fur babies. I'm not sending no pictures. Y'all on y'all own. That's it. That's all. And it's on recording. So if you ever think about doing that, baby, just remember this recording. It's a no for me. You're not getting nothing. Okay, I love you, but from a distance. All right, there you go. All right, so the next topic that I wanted to talk about was and it is kind of like still developing because y'all know Bad Baby, right? And she released like this clip or something like that on YouTube that I saw that said that the turnabout or turnaround, apparently it's a camp that Dr. Phil sent the troubled youths to. She's accusing Dr. Phil and his people and the center that's for troubled teens of some very, very serious things like murder and rape and abuse. I was just so shocked. And Dr. Phil now, honey, with his little lying self, he gonna talk about, oh, he didn't know that none of this was going on, and he hasn't really kept up with Bad Baby, but Bad Baby did a good job of taking clips of him doing interviews speaking on her. So, how is it that you weren't keeping up or didn't know what was going on or can't really remember full details when, he does speak about her often? Because Bad Baby is a memorable guest on the show because she's a Catch Me Outside. How about that, girl? Anyway, it is very interesting to see if these victims do sue Dr. Phil because he is the one who sent them there. So I don't know. The whole thing is just developing, and I think there will be more around that coming up shortly. Don't know. Anyway, nosy neighbors, that is it for the lineup for tonight. I am so congested. My face feels full. I had to just do this video, however, because I promise every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will do the teapot and bring you guys the tea of what's going on. Anyway, I have a winner that won last week, Sunday. I cannot remember her name, but I will announce her name on Friday. And then I have another, on Sunday is when I do my drawing, and that's for $25 to $500, and it ends at the end of August. The last Sunday in August is when it ends. Anyway, nosy neighbors, remember to please follow me on YouTube, subscribe, put on your notification, comments. A lot of you guys have been commenting. I do appreciate that. Definitely follow me on Instagram, MRSNICENASTY. Also, follow me on TikTok, MRSCMOORE. I look forward to your feedback. Remember, y'all, you don't have to like it, sweetie. That's okay. Just watch it and put your thumbs down, okay? I want you to watch the full video and then you put the thumbs down. Don't put the thumbs down like seconds into the video. I'm just saying. And then write why you don't like it, honey. I want to know. Why don't you like it? It's okay. It's anonymous. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Okay? Until next time, nosy neighbors. Toodles.